You cannot be thinking about the landing, you can't think about the ramp, you can't think about any of that shit. In freestyle, if you watch closer to your bar pad in the front of your tire, when you come off the ramp, you're already dilated, your head doesn't have to catch up, you look at the bike, you grab, you do your trick. Toby Whittington, I'm fucking old, I'm 26. Every time I get a chance to ride, I go play. I love to ride. Grew up in Montrose, and that's all we did. Dad raced snowmobiles, stock cars, motorcycles, so I was always in the element.
How long have you been doing freestyle?
5 years.
Why?
Because it pays the bills and I don't have to work. I love to play on the ramps, freestyle, the pop. You know, you don't get a lot of that pop out of natural jumps. You know, I can build it with a backhoe, but that ain't a natural jump. It's a fucking ramp made out of dirt.
Just enough to where you guys can get used to it, and then move it and pull it back.
When I built my first ramps, you know, was when Krusty came out, Krusty Demons of Dirt, and I watched it on video. I was like, we can do that. We may not ever get to their level, but we can do that. So my dad whips a metal ramp out in the garage, looks just like theirs, you know, no problem. 4 years later, me and Hal Strauss are practicing riding out, and Warrior, Henry Billett, and Josh come up and ask us if we want to do a show, and from there it was just, after that, you know, 10 shows a year, then 12.
Using those, we built up a little bit of a reputation, which allowed us to get into these bigger professional competitions in the IFMA. Eric Farr, I'm 20, I'm from Grand Junction, Colorado, lived here my whole life.
Farr is a superstar. He will be Gravity X. If we can get him flipping 70, doing a couple variations, they'll never be able to touch him.
When we're all out here riding together, everyone's so good, we just pump each other up, we elevate each other and feed off each other. It works to get our tricks a lot bigger.
Chris Taylor is just insane. If he had to land on a prairie dog heel off of a ramp and do a trick to, you know, make it through the week, he could do it in a heartbeat. Every one of these guys that are out here, I've taught how to do freestyle. Most of them were supercross racers that were insanely fast and good.
I've only done one show and I've been going freestyle for about a month.
Chase is stuck on the race, you know, motocross and the supercross.
I've only done one show and I've been going freestyle for about a month. I'm trying to do it anyway.
The second that he slows down and lets me and Farr talk to him and teach him how to do a little freestyle and quits running laps around my freestyle course, like it's a supercross track, he's gonna be insanely sick.
I tend to race around the freestyle complex out there sometimes and they get mad at you because I can't help but come out of the corner and go slow. I have to be on the gas. I have a couple of 450s, but they're all broke down right now. So I went and stole one, Arnie, sorry. No, I went and grabbed one from the shop so we could go out there. And a few of those jumps I don't feel comfortable hitting on a two-stroke because it's climbing up the lips, it just kind of dies down and the 450 just keeps pulling.
We are the same as we always were.
All my buddies that I ride with have a freestyle complex out at 19 Road.
It's really hard to beat our setup out here at Fruita, Colorado. We got everything we need, ramps, the foam pit, the works, so we don't have to go too far to have a good place to ride.
When I first met Eric Farr, that's where we met through racing. And he was racing around, and I came down and rode with him, and he showed me that place, and it was just a little supercross track with hand-shoveled loops that we thought were huge, but they were only 1.5 feet tall. They were always out there practicing and training, and then Toby had a place out called Area 51 out in Whitewater, and that place got shut down.
The Schoolyard 51 is a sign from the place that we used to ride. Leroy Harris gave us to ride on, and he had an estate that got lost, and they plowed our place down.
Bad stuff happens all the time, but it got shut down, and they needed a place to go, and Ryan Jones was cool enough, and that whole family's helped everybody out a lot.
Not a lot of people in this world would let you go out there and throw 6 metal ramps, a foam pit, a motocross, and a supercross track up on their land and give you a free rein to ride. So yeah, the Jones family has helped 51. I mean, without them, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing by any means at all.
It went from a little supercross track to a pretty cool 5-ramp hit, little complex with the foam pit and a bunch of floaters in the back with some little supercross skill sharpeners in the front, so it works good.
If you don't have a portable landing in your backyard or somebody like that or a big chunk of land, you're pretty much screwed. You know, that's the bad thing about freestyle motocross. That's another reason why there's not a lot of us. It's because there's nowhere to practice, and when most people do find a place to practice, they eat shit within the first 15 minutes and their freestyle career just ended. Still, the equipment that I use today, Leroy's son, Brian Harris, they donate a $500 a day piece of equipment, and I use it every weekend.
What those guys built is just incredible, and truly a privilege to be able to come out here and ride, for sure. My name is Glenn Wool, 34 years old now, and born and raised in New York. I met up with these guys, and they've been showing me the way, little by little. It's a slow process, it's not that easy, a lot more involved than I thought. Toby is the best coach you could possibly have. He knows everything to a T. You know, you just listen to what he says and do what he says, and it's going to work for you. You can't be afraid.
Toby, he's definitely
Like that.
a wild guy. He's been doing it for a while, so he helps you out a lot when you don't know what you're doing, like getting the pop off the ramps.
When thinking about all that mechanics and racing shit you're thinking about, and think of, I'm gonna huck myself off this ramp and flip upside down.
I can backflip. That's the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I did about 60 of them before I hit the ground real hard, and ever since then it's been hell talking myself back into doing it. Our foam pit's a little ghetto. It's kind of white trashy. It's been a year.
A year of gathering foam,
Yeah, and it's-
you're
it's,
what, halfway?
Halfway maybe. It's 45 by 55, 12 feet deep. A lot of it was donated by the airport. Like, a lot of it was donated by the airport. A lot of it is couch cushions cut into 4 pieces, just varieties of foam.
The first time we had enough foam, just sacked up and went for it.
We can only pull the ramps back to 40, 45 feet, you know, due to the fact that there's not enough foam to, you know, go back to 70 or so. But, you know, the flips that we're doing, they're there.
33 when I first tried it.
As soon as they said, go give it a try, I stepped on my bike and gave her a go.
Scared me on that one. I honestly thought you were gonna land on the fucking dirt, dude.
I've been waiting a long time for that opportunity.
Just foam. Yep, first gear, just it doesn't hurt. When you land, don't land loose. Everybody thinks you see the foam like Chase and you can land all loose.
Well, when I jump in the foam pit, I know that if you just happen to screw up that time, when I come around, I don't have to worry about dying, you know, it's not going to slam my head. And you almost sound like a bitch even saying something like that, doing what we do. But, you know, like I say, somebody flips, lands on their fucking head, it's over. Your career is only as long as you are smart in freestyle motocross.
Stuck in the foam, you know, and then
bike hits you, that's when you get hurt there. Hell yeah. That's gonna hurt when you take a shower, dude.
You know, the last time I wrecked my bike, it cost me $1,000 flipping. Hurt me, didn't hurt me bad, but it hurt bad enough to where I stepped back and just like, ee. The next time I went out to flip, I was ready, got all geared and was ready to flip, went out there and my friend ate shit, flipping. So, you know, that kind of poofs the wind out of your sails. You see somebody go down 5 seconds before you're, you know, that kind of sucked. But it's just, you know, there are no excuses. It's just a matter of grabbing enough balls and getting it done on the dirt again. Spent a month black and blue from my crotch to my toes. Rode good for a week. After that, healed up and then broke my toe. So, you know, that's miserable. But that's it. It's little, you know, that ain't nothing to cry about.
Broken fingers, and I chipped my heel and cracked my tailbone and broke my sternum. But I think I might have broke my collarbone once. But other than that, I've been lucky. But, like, I get my landing gear scraped up all the time. I've knocked myself dinghy.
I've broke my left collarbone 3 times, my right one twice, broke my leg, bruised my spleen, and then just tons of other little injuries, numerous concussions, broken hands, feet.
Damn.
I've been pretty lucky to avoid that big injury so far, though.
Eric Farr, Chase Burbidge, and Chris Taylor, they will be, you know, and I'm, you know, I never count out, but yeah, they're gonna be, you know, they'll be insane. They're phenomenal, all of them. Chase will show them in the desert any day. Farr will show them on the ramp. Chris will show them both.
I'm in it for good now.
Until I'm either dead or in a wheelchair.
Hear these bikes screaming down the straightaways and they're doing 100 miles an hour and they just float. They start gliding. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. Tom Hardigan, 33, almost 33, in New York State. Been riding since I was about 5 years old. 20 years of racing, 25 years of riding. A buddy of mine had built a street legal supermoto bike. We all said, "Are you out of your mind? This is the stupidest looking thing I've ever seen." As soon as I rode it, it was definitely one of the coolest things I ever tried. And it was just an unbelievable feeling. It was like motocross on pavement. And that's how we got involved in starting to look for supermoto in the US.
It's really funny, but the first time I backed it in, I didn't mean to at all. I was braking so hard with the front, I didn't realize the back end was off the ground. So I had a slight pressure on the rear brake, so the rear end just comes around. So it kind of does it on its own. It's a combination of braking really hard with the front and the rear end coming out because it's so light on the pavement. Bill Baker, I'm 31. I'm from Hopewell Junction, New York. I've been riding for about 21 years. I first got a bike when I was about 10 years old. Actually, I saw a Supermoto picture of some guy backed in on the Supermoto magazine, and he was cranked over, and I couldn't believe he was on pavement. So I went out and I started a project.
To get something out of the box, to have something in your garage, you needed either to have a mechanic that built it for you or you had to build it yourself.
So I took a YZF,
put the headlight on, blinkers, and made it road legal. So I rode that around for a couple months and I got bored. So I went out and I said, wow, I wonder if there's any racing around. And I talked to a friend of mine and said, yeah, they race over in Middletown, which is about an hour away. And that's pretty much it. That's how I got started racing.
It started in July of '02, and I think the first race I did was October, the first weekend in October of '02. I finished 5th in my first race, and that was against guys who were running full-on race bikes. I was using a converted street bike. Then they put me into a different class because I had blinkers on it for the next race, and I won that class.
I started racing Supermoto in '03, so I had to pretty much build it myself. I had to go out, get the wheels for it, get the tires, and get the bigger brake set up.
Unfortunately, that year, right before that started, I was out on my street bike and I snapped my leg in 11 places and dislocated my ankle, and now I have a titanium rod holding my leg together.
I just saw the bone sticking out of Tommy's ankle. It's not pretty sight.
I'm not going to really question it. I'm just saying. My foot and full ball metatarsal. I couldn't find the other half of my foot. Where the bone came through, that's where the bone came through, that's where the bone came through.
I've got a titanium rod from my ankle to my knee, and then I have all new ligaments inside my knee on my right leg. If somebody said, hey, I found a abandoned warehouse, we'd all go there. There was a track out in Long Island, which was a 2.5-hour drive. We'd jump in a car and go out there. Unfortunately, that land was valuable more for condos than it was for Supermoto, so that's gone.
It's tough. You could go to some of the track days we have, like the local tracks, OVRP, Oakland Valley, or Englishtown when they have them, but they're really a couple times a month, so it's difficult to practice.
Cuddybackville is a go-karting track, so when we go there and practice, it's splitting your time between go-karts and Supermoto. So you got 20 minutes of running as fast as you can, then you got to sit around for an hour. It's not an ideal situation, but it was what we had available.
For a Supermoto rider, it's hard to practice. So. And parking lots are not someone, people aren't saying, oh, come ride at my parking lot, There's no liability there. So, I mean, it's tough, but I mean, we're making the best of it for now until we can get some more tracks to ride at.
That year, I went in with a lot of confidence. I had the bike. I had the best premier Supermoto machine out there. I had the Honda CRF 450. I had the motor that I thought was going to give me the extra that I was going to need to compete. I had the suspension. I had everything all worked out that I had marketed myself to all these companies to try and get some support. And things just happened. First race, I had to leave early.
Valuable points going down the tubes.
What time's the plane?
8 o'clock. Kennedy Airport. Kennedy gets you every time.
Second race.
My brake system seized up.
Locking up.
Your what?
Brake's locking up. I got no brake. Once I'm going down that straightaway, I got nothing. Shoots out and it won't go back. Fucking $9,000. One thing I don't fucking buy.
So those things, the little things, the things that you're not able to get, that you try and squeak by, those are the things that end up biting you in the ass. Then I ended up getting hurt 2 races later. I had a total of 4 or 5 races in my defending year.
Well, I got second overall last year in both expert classes locally. One of the reasons why I think is my bike blew up the first opening race, and I didn't get the chance to finish, so I lost a lot of points. And also, Jason Conlon stepped up a lot last year. He's a local pro, and he did really well, and we battled all last year. I can't just say blame it on my motor. He did a good job.
It's obviously a great experience to be able to go and practice with Doug Henry. You're talking about one of the most beloved and talented motorcycle riders in the world.
Everyone hopes they can stay toward his rear wheel at the end of the race. I mean, I can speak that about for everyone, every supermoto racer out there. So he's definitely an awesome competitor and a good guy too.
I would think that you guys would be like, fuck, he's here.
No, he's a good dude. He's fast, but you know, when he shows up, you're like, oh boy, that first place kind of goes, I don't know.
Have you ever beat him?
I don't think so, no. Oh, I think he might have crashed once and I beat him, but that's about it. I mean, most of the top pros say that too.
You think the sport will survive?
I think the sport will survive because it's racing.
It could go either way right now. It's difficult to say. I really hope it does. I think if the sport really needs a breakthrough, and like maybe a big event. The X Games, I think, really helps the sport out a lot.
People have had their interest piqued with guys like Doug Henry and Travis Pastrana doing it, especially with it being on the X Games.
And we need more people to get involved on a local level also, because we need to get kids involved in the sport. Because right now there's a lot of older guys that are in the sport that are ex-motocrossers or ex-road race guys. So I think we really need to get the youth involved.
In Europe, it's huge. We created it, the Europeans stole it, and we're taking it back. And we have to try and get it back.
My friend said, hey, come on, man, come out riding with me. And I was like, all right, I ain't got no one to ride with. I went out riding with him. He rode a wheelie down the highway for 2 miles. I was hooked. I had to do it.
I raced motocross for about 8, maybe 9 years, and I've always wanted a street bike and finally had enough money to buy one for myself when I was 20. So the year 2000, I got my first street bike, and within a few weeks, I was trying to wheelie it, and it's been downhill from there.
And I was totally against motorcycles and stuff like that. I had this guy, Mikey Lewis, he was part of Legion. He passed away a little bit ago. Came to the barbershop and did a high chair out front the barbershop, and I thought that was like the craziest thing. I always was against riding motorcycles because it was dangerous. I always hear people getting hurt and dying. So he talked me into getting this little 50cc dirt bike, and I practiced with that every day out front the barbershop ever since.
John, Wisconsin, from Morrisville, Pennsylvania. I grew up here my entire life, and I'm 26 years old. The two guys from Legion that I ride with, you know, all the time are Ed and Corey.
We feed off each other. We'll have a little game. Like, we'll all try to learn this move, and we'll all keep going, you know what I mean, and battle back and forth, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like something to, it's like a goal to reach, you know what I mean? It just pushes us.
I got to give it to Corey. He is the epitome of never give up, never say die. The kid got good so quick because he was out every single day, practicing every single day, and anytime he couldn't get something, he would just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep falling and falling and falling until he got it.
In 3 months, I was starting doing circles and no-handers. But I was out there every day for like 6 hours. Even by myself, I would call my buddy up, yo, watch me just in case I get hurt. You know what I mean? I was behind this building every day.
Seeing Corey's heart, you know, that'll motivate me to say, hey, I can't give up on something, I gotta keep trying. Seeing Ed want to get stuff perfect and get stuff down. And he also likes to try new things, and it makes me think and lets me try new things, and we're always trying to think of new, different tricks that haven't been done before. And so yeah, it definitely pushes all three of us to get better.
It's the immortal MCs we came to build on this earth. So we bless the microphone like priestly children at birth. Meaning microphone mastery. Please keep it to heart that we are not masters of this art. It's simply this art that has mastered me for those that shall come after me.
Your rhymes just fill the holes with laughter. With the doubts that lead you up. Don't go starting me, and I am for real. Like outcast apologies, as long as we rock on the mic, ain't no stopping me. I rock it properly. Hilltops of property. Sometimes I feel like stress is squashing me like fat girls on top of me.
Now honesty will get you everywhere, then everywhere's all over the place. Like you rhymes, not so you boss stars from anywhere. Unless we dare to be ourselves or see ourselves as individuals. So I make tracks on digital to please myself. Fuck MCs to feel that hard tomboy. Saints and ice and night, I set them mic a lot and had me fuck my sunrise.
We got the funk like George Clinton. MCs take it intern, like interns taken from Bill Clinton. Don't take a breath, take a drag. I'm blowing spots like 200 proof meth in a rag.
See, this is hell in the flesh, like cancer live in the breast. The realest test, make your party people screw, yes, yes. So if MCs wanna test, don't give up the fight. You need to stand up with your mic and battle all night.
Alright, these MCs I'm ripping them, I'm flipping them. When it comes to my control, I got soul, like Minnie Riperton. So do you wanna ride through the south side and hilltops with the certified whites? Heard you might try, but you can't battle perfection. These boys will blow you high like adrenaline injections.
When we flex it, even RSL diggers label us veteran like direction. We put hip hop on the map in your section.
Weak as piss, we can always
need to diss.
You're open like a
bleeding wrist.
You're focused, you want
seeing this.
We're open there.
We did trips.
We're with that war.
Go to war to get a piece of this. They season this.
We're keeping on.
Our rhyme styles.
You're sleeping on.
The fuse is lit.
And we're
see the naked truth.
Like peeping toms.
Your styles are weak.
Man, keep it strong.
Your girl said
she needs a love.
And on and on and on she kept on.
My straw slept on.
My mattresses.
There's no crew. Trying to play the roller. Ain't nothing but
actresses.
No section kid the the shit like we ain't.
Laxatives.
Underground's where we're from. Immortal hip hop activists.
Legion was started back in 2001. We got into it pretty early. I think the first 3 years we didn't get paid for anything. Not a single show, not a single anything. And we did tons and tons of free shows. where we were just happy to be riding and not getting in trouble.
Now, we're doing gigs every other weekend now, you know what I mean? Our name's picking up and blowing up, and we're getting, people are throwing us gigs left and right.
Whether it be small or big events, we like to be doing something for probably about 30 events a year.
John from Legion will be first.
I love parking lots because parking lots is where you perfect your tricks at. To go to the streets and perform it. And shows, I love doing shows because I put all these hours into practicing.
If you ever do a show, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There's no thrill like riding in front of a group of people.
I like when there's people around. Wherever the most people are is where I want to ride.
And it doesn't even matter the size. It could be 100 people, it could be 1,000 people, it could be 5,000 people.
I want to ride in front of a crowd. I want to show off and entertain somebody.
When you do shows and you experience that, you'll never want to do anything else. You'll want to do shows for the rest of your life.
People show you love, and it's just like, this is what I do it for.
We'll take a show over the lot or the street any day. Number one, because it's getting our name out. Number two, because you're usually getting paid for it. Number three, you can sell stuff.
Every show we go to, we have to figure out the best place for the trailer, the best place to ride, which direction we're going to ride, trying to keep it safe for the fans, but also to put everything in a position so that the spectators can watch what's going on and still be very accessible to like our booth and all of our stuff.
If it wasn't for selling videos and selling shirts at all the shows, we would go broke traveling all over the place. I mean, it just costs too much money to drive everywhere. I mean, we probably drive 40, 50,000 miles a year traveling around to all these shows. It's crazy, you know what I mean? You can't afford to do that on your own.
As far as making money for the team's travel expenses and stuff like that, yeah, DVDs and t-shirt sales make a good portion of our money. Percentage-wise, probably makes 60% of our money. The other money comes from paying shows. We'll do a bunch of shows. I think this year we did 6 or 7 indoor shows with monster trucks for Clear Channel. We got paid for those. We'll do a bunch of shows during the course of the year. Some are at festivals, some are at bike rallies. It's 2005, Psycho Fest. We all rolled out here. It was me, Ed, and Webb, and Jim planning on doing a team event.
Psycho Fest, we were, the day before the event, we went to practice and it was raining out on the drag strip. And I went down to the end of the track to practice circles, right?
Unfortunately, miscommunication, a little bit of an accident. Webb went to cut a circle, sit down right in front of where Ed was coming down off a high chair.
I just so happened to stall my circle. I put my right foot down. He runs right into me.
Webb ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, a foot peg rips my leg open, rips my knee open. Looks like I had a shark bite. Like my leg was just, it's horrible.
Basically his foot peg went into his leg and tore the meat right out. It was fucking nasty.
It's like open like that wide, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the meanest wreck I ever had.
The pimpness of the story is he's still going to do team event. We're still going to win team event.
We might get. Hey, we might.
You know what? We're not going to win a team event. We got fucked.
Who cares? But everyone will give us props for it.
He was a big part of our team event. He's fucked up. Psycho Fest was a competition that was put on for 3 years, I believe. Jagman, one of the founding members, one of the head guys over at Psycho Gang, put his heart and soul into that competition.
This is going to be somewhere between 5 to 10 of the very best individual freestyle riders in the country.
He tried very, very hard to run a professional competition, which he always did. Everything usually ran on time, everything was fair. Problem is, it was in a secluded place, I believe, and it never drew the fan base that it should have. It was a great comp. It was great riders.
This motherfucker didn't want to do scooter trash. He's doing Legion. See the t-shirt? Look at this t-shirt.
If you guys have not, that are supposed to be part of that, have not signed up, I need you.
As far as the competition and everything goes there, second to none. I mean, there was great riders from all over the country. The Florida guys were up there a couple years. There was guys from all the way up in Maine, guys from the Midwest. Definitely a great comp. I'm happy to have been part of it for the last 2 years. I think it had the potential to get even bigger if it had a better venue.
Stunt riding and anything else, breakdancing events, jiu-jitsu tournaments, I don't care what competition it is, it's who you know.
A lot of times the politics come into play when it comes to stunt competitions and how people do.
Every event, they want the hometown people to win because it's what they know and it's who they watch at the show.
I mean, people can't be a horrible stunt rider and just have a good name and win stuff. You still have to be a really great rider. Sometimes they get into little, people will get into arguments and discussions over, well, I think this person did a little bit better and they should have got the first over that person. It's, it's something that can be argued.
No. When you started, you said crowd reaction.
Crowd reaction.
Second.
We're gonna let the crowd judge this.
At this Spring Valley event, Ramel and the judges, they're cool.
What we like about Ramel is he did tricks that nobody else did.
They go by crowd appreciation, and whoever claps the loudest wins. Well, they clapped the loudest for me, and then it just so happened to decide to drizzle.
If it wouldn't rain, I'm sure that you've been taking the trophy and the money home. I'm sure. I don't even want to say
They try to switch it around any way they can to make it for Ramel to win, and they switched it around 3 times, and I still won those 3 times. So they switched it around again just for him to win. Yes, it's politics. It's who you know.
I hate to be a hater. I hate it. I hate to be the sore loser, but that was bullshit. I said let's take it to the street.
I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
I said let's take it to the
Any
street.
day, man.
I'm turn around. I go do a 5 without fucking.
Alright, listen up. First of all, thanks a lot for everyone coming out. Appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Hope you had fun watching this a little bit at the beginning right here. We're going to do a street ride now. We're going to leave out of here probably about 15 minutes or so. Everyone needs to be ready. In the next 10 minutes, if you need gas, go to the bathroom, call your mom, do something to drink. Whatever you need to do, do it. Because when we're rolling, we're out. There's going to be 2 lead vehicles. No matter what, stay with those vehicles. If for some reason, I need to go, don't follow me. Stay with the lead vehicle, okay? That vehicle's gonna go down to Philly, gonna go through Philly some, make a couple stops, we get gas in Philly for those who need it, and we'll come back up this way, get back this way, hopefully ahead of the rain. It's supposed to come around 5:30, and in time for a good party tonight.
I'll never stop believing it. Fighting for what's in it. From the truth I can't hide. The fire burns inside. We don't fucking let it go. You're never gonna better know. And you never want to die. The fire still burns inside of me. Do you stand up with nothing to say? You got the ability to fight for your way. If you live for nothing, you
I put it down and I go like this and I see the cop right there and I'm like, oh, what?
Practice areas usually are stumbled upon, or the other way we get them is they're passed on from someone else.
We're constantly in a battle of trying to find a spot to ride at.
It might be fun to have 6 carloads of people all hanging out, drinking beer, watching you ride. It's great, it's fun, you're goofing off, you know, something to do. But that spot's not gonna last long.
Yeah, it's really tough. It's really tough because we'll be good in a spot for a month or two until tons of people start finding out where we're riding. Then you have all these guys coming down, riding wheelies because it's a big spot.
That's how it is every weekend down here.
You know, we only get a spot for, I don't know, 2 months, then it blows up. You know what I mean? Someone has to do something stupid.
Somebody will crash, call an ambulance, cops come. Now the cops patrol every day the parking lot, you know what I mean? And they just kick us out every time.
You guys have lost a lot of good spots.
A lot of good spots for people drag racing in a parking lot, riding power wheelies back and forth, and crashing into each other.
We had a friend who owned a nightclub, and he actually had to sign waivers, and it said that any accidents or anything, he wasn't responsible for any injuries or anything. And there was about 15 or 20 of us that were allowed to ride there. And when the cops came in to kick us out, we showed them the waiver, and they said, oh, okay, I guess you have permission to be here. We rode there for a good 2-something years. Recently, Walgreens bought it. Now that spot's done. Everything you see us do on the streets, we pretty much learned in the lot. The lot is the safe place to learn stuff. You don't want to try and learn jumping to your tank on a street, because you make one little screw up and you come down crooked and you go into head-on traffic and you're dead. So you make all your mistakes learning that trick in a lot.
Is there any advice you could give them? Anything they would need to know as you got into this?
Take your nice shiny bike, put it on a kickstand, take a step back, and kick it over. Then you'll be good. You can't care about the bike. You gotta, you know what I mean? You can't worry about it.
Every bike I get gets torn down, basically. The bare essentials are going to be a cage for protecting the bike, a bar. It gets a set of expensive clip-ons for durability and for comfort. It lets your hands be higher, makes moving around the bike easier, gives you more leverage for stoppies, lets you get up on the tank easier. That's the other thing we do, dent the tanks. They get a handbrake.
The adapter we use for the handbrake, they just clip into the stock location for the reservoir, and you run a brake line all the way up front for this master. So then you have your reservoir up here for the whole system, and you have 2 master cylinders in line, and then both your brakes. This works as a handbrake for your rear brake, and this works your rear brake as well. So now you've got 2 places to work your rear brake, so it helps us jump around the bike.
If it's going to get used in shows and competitions like this one, it'll get gearing. This one has 1 less tooth in the front sprocket, 10 more teeth on the rear sprocket. Any of you guys going to learn endos, get a steering damper. Steering damper will not eliminate, but will make it much, much harder for you to get head shake and keep you a lot safer learning stoppies. So any of you guys wanting to go learn stoppies, which everyone should, get a damper.
If you want to do it, you got to live it. You can't half-ass it. If you want to do it, you got to go all out and do it.
You never, ever, ever stop learning in this game.
I gotta say, I ride at least 40 hours a week. I don't work too much. I'm more riding than working.
If you're doing this solely to try and find yourself a career, go to college.
It takes 10 times longer to learn brake control on a street bike than a 50 because it's all mental. You think a 50, you can't get hurt on a 50. It's only this big. But a street bike, you can't bring it back. You'll kill yourself. So I think best thing is you want to start stunting, buy yourself a little 50. That's the best advice I can give anybody.
I would say for a lot of beginning riders, learn slower in the parking lot and gradually get faster and faster. Learn your balance points. Work your way up. Take your time.
You know, I'd like to do something with it. I'd like to make more of a career out of it. Seems like there's like a wall though, like you can't break through it. Some people do and some people don't. It don't even have nothing to do with how good you are. It's just, I don't know. It's
Right
weird.
place, right time.
Right place, right time, I guess.
You're waiting for your right place, right time?
I'm hoping I get the right place, right time one day.
Well, you can't deny it. Stupid fire. Got some clean and sharp, and I just get out and put my 1 foot up and my 2 fists down. I knew when he was feeling young, every time he was made a little son of a gun. That's right, there ain't no doubt about who I am. You're a son of a gun. That's right, who's the man? Come on. I ain't no super duper, no body mover. 'Cause I slip and fall like a mother, fall like a deal as big basket on that hole. I knew when he was feeling young, every time he was named a little son of a gun. That's right, there ain't no doubt about who I am. You're a son of a gun. That's who the man.
I've been around, I've ridden in a lot of places, and nothing compares to Glamis, California. It's the best place you could ever ride in your life.
Scott came out with his wife. They were in San Diego. He read it in Dirt Wheels.
Glamis was always in the magazine, every issue, and I used to hang the posters up in my room when I was younger, and I always told myself I was gonna eventually go out there. That was gonna be one of my goals.
They had extra hours on the rent-a-car, you know, and he's like, we gotta cruise over and see what's up. He came here, and his first reaction was, oh my God. He said 2 months later, they were back here, truck and trailer, pulling quads.
I spoke to a couple of my friends that wanted to go, and 2 of them offered to step up to the plate and drive the truck and trailer across country. There was about 10 of us that went, and we loaded up the trailer. They drove across, took them 3 days, and we flew across 3 days later and met them in California. First trip we ever went was Thanksgiving, which I think is one of the craziest times you could go. And now we go Halloween and President's Day.
And that's how it all started, you know, and then he expanded it and expanded it.
10 guys on the first trip. Now how many guys are going on these trips?
We're approaching 75 guys per trip, anywhere from New York State to New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Cape Cod, Mass.
Jeffersonville, New York.
Saco, Maine. New Jersey. Grand Junction, Colorado.
Rockland County, New York.
And for 10 people to share the trailer, it would cost a great deal of money. So I decided to call the Want Ad Press. And in the Want Ad Press, I placed an ad to, Glamis Dune Riders Wanted. And I got people that way. I met this guy, Joey, from upstate New York. He decided to post on his website.
GlamisTrips.com, and then our riding club is TeamFASRacing.com.
He got a list full of people that wanted to go.
I called him up. I'm like, all right, we got 25 of us. He's like, gotta get a second trailer. And that's how the second trailer originated.
Joe Tenari, I'm from upstate New York, Monticello area.
This whole tractor trailer, all these guys around me, every single one of them I met through the website. All of them. 28 quads.
How did you hear about this? How did you get hooked up with all these?
My brother through the internet on the Banshee headquarters.
Yeah, I was a little apprehensive at first, but Joe had a good rep and was personable with some of the guys who I know. So it wasn't a complete stranger, but I had never met him before.
If you look on the headquarters all the time, you'll see Glamis Trips. Anybody interested from the East Coast? People try to pull up and buddy up.
Found out about this from some teamster who used to deliver shot rocks. I mean, and they introduced me to this guy named Nat, and then I met Scott, and the rest is history. Next year, maybe we'll add the third one. We don't know. We're debating, but it could easily. I can fill a third one, and you only get 28 machines in there. I turn away 40 people. You could do a third, maybe a fourth.
It's remarkable how many people want to go, and it's always, every year, it's the same people coming who bring a friend, and then it just grows where that person tells another person, and once you try it once, you're addicted and you can't stop. We order the trailers 2 months in advance. The trucking company drops 2 empty trailers here, 53-footers. We stack the bikes on top of each other in these crates, and it usually takes a good 12, 14 hours. It's a long day. It's an exciting day because everyone knows a week from now we're going to be in sunny California just going crazy. The trailer will leave that Monday and travel for 5 to 6 days, and we meet them the following Monday. We fly out there, land in San Diego, get our rental cars.
Went to the car rental place, and then we drove like 2 hours to the RV place, rented all the RVs, which took forever because they had to give us the walk around on every single one. And then we drove like 2.5, 3 hours to El Centro, stopped at Wendy's where all of us were starving, haven't eaten since like 4 o'clock in the morning when we left, and then showed up here at 6:30 when it was dark out, unloaded the truck for 2 hours.
I'd say by the 3rd hour, everybody's putting gas in their bike, checking this, checking that, and everyone's trying to get the first ride in. I'll have a meeting just before everyone gets to go out for the first time. I've brought a lot of guys out there for the first time, and I'd say usually by the first 2 hours, you know who's getting hurt, who's not getting hurt. There isn't a trip that we haven't taken that someone hasn't gotten a little banged up or bruised up.
Sixth gear, wide open, going that way. Wednesday night. Those kiddie berms, yeah, look out. Going, didn't see the first one, took off, suspension compressed, stuck front wheel in the next one, double front flip, fucking broken collarbone, and fuck it.
My fucking tailbone, it hurt, man.
You all right though?
I'm good, man.
No hospital run.
No hospital.
I just tell them how it is, and they do what they want with the information. On a busy weekend, there's anywhere from 150 to 250,000 people in an 80 square mile place, and usually they all condense in certain spots, so it's amazing to see. And during the weekend at night, it's the best spring break you could ever have.
Come on, ladies. Stay in the wind.
I'm a little older than that. You know, I definitely see a lot of things that go on there, and there's a lot of things that, you know, what happens in the desert stays in the desert. Some crazy things go on at night.
All these guys are self-sufficient, extra motors, everything, you know. They don't play around. They ride, they brake, they kick the motor out of the bike, they put a new one in, they keep going, you know.
Come too far.
I hear
A little
that.
thing like this slow us down.
No, ain't working, bro. I kicked the shit out of it last night for nothing.
Maiden voyage. Day 4.
Test and tune. We're gonna go out and try it, see if we can't get a little more out of it.
It runs. Another day in paradise.
I don't make any money, you know, it's not like a service that you pay for. It's just a bunch of guys chipping in money to get your bikes across country. Everybody gets their own plane tickets. I tell them how to do it, their own rental cars, their own places. It's not something you actually pay me to do.
Out here in Glamis and having a grand old time.
Road here, having the time of our lives, ripping up some shit. Good playpen. Good sandbox to play in.
I can't find the words to describe this. It's just totally beyond awesome. This is by far the most coolest thing I've ever done.
I'll be back in October.
Been out here 14 times at Glamis. Love it. Someday I'm gonna retire out here.
9 days of solid riding, at least 70 miles a day. Into Mexico, out of Mexico, all the way almost to Yuma, you know, we did the whole thing.
It's an adrenaline rush that I could tell you all day on this camera that how good it is, but try it once and you'll be your own salesperson. It's just unbelievable.
See you guys.
Peace to Glamis, President's Day weekend 2005, baby. We did it Jersey style, New York style, East Coast style, baby. Glamis till Halloween.